Hi, it's John here from thenailschool.co.uk. I'm actually on a day off today, but I was passing. I just thought I'd drop in and share this little tip with you that came up yesterday. A student brought in a model, and she'd got a split up her natural nail, which was way past where the tip would actually cover it. So I thought, well, maybe we could actually cover that with silk wrap. Came to get my silk kit out, and the resin had gone hard and I couldn't use it. So I thought, oh, what can I use? So I thought, I know, I'll use the dipping system resin and see how that works. And it worked out quite well, actually, so I thought I'd just share this with you, and how to repair a nail that's got a split up the nail, which is way past where the tip might just cover it. So I'm going to show you that now. So basically I'm just going to put this silk wrap onto this nail with this imaginary split that's past the nail, edge of the nail here. So I'm just going to prep the nail first in my usual way. So I'll just sanitize it. We get our electric file. I'm just going to go round the outside here to remove the skin that's growing on the nail plate. This file is running at a very, very slow speed, the slowest speed that I can get it to go on without it stopping. I'm just going to go all over the nail just to remove any shine from the nail plate. Of course, as I've said many times before, this is where all the damage is done to the nail plate, where it's filed thin, and we avoid that by having the rotation of the drill at a very, very slow speed. So I'm just going to put that back down again into here. And then I can just dust off my nail. Now, with silk, what we do is we don't apply any primer. So I'm using here, as I mentioned before, I'm using actually a dipping system product here, which is to be used with dipping powder. But basically, this is part of the Amara range. Now, this, what they call Pro Base, is actually a resin, just like silk wrap resin is, and I'm just going to place this onto the nail, all over the nail. Keep it really, really thin, and I'm just going to let that air dry now for about 5 minutes. So you'd go across all the nails, obviously, on the hand. Right, once I've got this fairly much air dried, I'm going to get some silk, and I've pre-cut a piece off here, and I'm just going to trim it round the back to roughly shape of the cuticle. Here it is here. So now I'm just going to peel that off, that layer off there very carefully. It's a bit fiddly. And then I'm just going to make a little T-section like this. And then it's a bit fiddly to do on yourself, but on a client it's fairly straightforward. I'm just going to place that onto the nail. Just lightly press it. Better with the back of your nail, really. And then take this piece of paper off. Then use the piece of paper to just press it onto the nail plate so that it adheres to the nail plate and covers over, obviously, the split that was in the nail. Now I can get my file, and what I'm going to do is use the smooth side of the file and then just file down at a sharp angle like this to remove the the end so that of the silk, so it matches round the nail like this. Then I'm going to get the resin again, which was I'm using Amara Pro Base here, which, as I said, is for dipping systems. And then I'm just going to go over that silk with the resin, and I don't know whether you can see this, but what it does, it actually sends the silk transparent, so you can't actually see it. So I'm just going to do that. And you would just go along all your nails if you were doing a full set of silk. Now I've got the Amara Extreme, it's called Amara Extreme activator here. Now normally with the silk you'd use a spray-on activator or a brush-on activator, but you really need to use the one that matches this system here. So I'm just going to get that and then just go over the surface of this with the activator, like so. And then that will actually set that. I can actually see it setting as I'm going along here. Then I'd get my if you're doing a full set, obviously, then this would dry, but you need to let this dry a bit. Then I'm going to get the gel base again and go over the top again. And get my activator, go over the surface with the activator. And we let that dry again. And at this point now you can actually stop, and once it's set and dried you can then buff over with a white block, and then you could stick a tip on and then carry on from there if you were going to actually do, say, a hard gel coat over the top. But if you were just going to do it as tips, you just normally just do your nail prep, stick your tip on. This is if you haven't got a split in the nail. Stick your tip on, blend your tip in, and then put the silk over the whole of the tip as well. And then you just do your layers as I'm doing now. So we'll just put one more of these on. And then I'm going to just put my activator on again. And when that's set, I can just block it over. And there's my silk wrap nail. So my nail's finished and it's all dry. I'm just going to block it over, get a really nice smooth finish on this nail. So there we have the nail complete, and it's amazing how strong silk wrap is. If you've ever tried to rip a piece of silk in half, you'd find it very, very difficult. So for repairing splits in nails, it really is amazing stuff. And of course that split will just gradually grow out. Now I'm just going to put a UV top coat over this. And I like this product called Wonder Gel. It's really, really good stuff. And I'm just going to put this over the top, like so. and that's going to give me a super glossy finish. Cap your ends. So we've got the thing, and then I'm just going to pop it into the lamp for about 60 seconds. So there it is out the lamp, and you can see that because it's a non-sticky top coat, it is completely dry when it comes out. No sticky residue to wipe away. And the last thing to do, of course, would be just get your cuticle oil and put that all around the outside, and you can go across the hyponychium if you wish. And then I just brush that away from the nail surface so I don't smear my nail surface. And there is my nail complete. So just a quick recap on all the stuff that we've used here today. I've got spray, sanitising spray, which is isopropyl. I've used my electric file. I needed to cut the silk wrap up. I'm using edge silk wrap here with my little stalk scissors. Had a little stand just to place the finger on, and it's useful when you're doing clients as well to be able to place the finger on when you're actually cutting up your silk. I've got a 100-180 grit file, I've got a white block 240 grit, I've got my gel that I used, or resin, and I've got my activator, which was part of the Amara dipping system. I used a non-sticky top coat Wonder Gel, and I used a cuticle oil, which of course can be any kind of cuticle oil that you wish. And I think overall it ended up as a really nice finish, and so strong as well, and very flexible. That's the other thing as well. It's very flexible silk, and silk has kind of gone out of fashion. Not many people do it now, but for natural nail finishes or repairing nails, it really is a nice product to use. It will enable the nails to grow. If you've got a client where the nails keep breaking off, then a silk coat on the nails will feel very natural and allow their nails to grow without breaking off. And then every now and again you just need to do infills or soak off and then just reapply, because it does soak off very quickly. So that's your silk nails. So I hope you found that useful. As I said, I'm on a day off, so excuse my bit of a wild t-shirt. This is not how I normally dress when I'm doing training courses, but I feel very relaxed today, so I'm having a nice day. So it's John signing off for now, and see you next time. Thank you. Bye.